Hey, episode 67 of the Nashville Artist Podcast is now out, featuring Archie Summers. Archie is a singer, songwriter, and lover of random facts. He was introduced to music and the guitar through playing the song In My Place by Coldplay on Expert Mode in Guitar Hero. His formative years were spent writing with his first band called Ill Spector. Archie talks about playing tons of Cage the Elephant covers in elementary school, so much so that his teachers told him to pick other music. His writing routines are extremely casual, but he likes to consume massive amounts of random information. Picking up his guitar, strumming, and then immediately setting it down, not overthinking it, saving the analytical and methodical side for later to finish the song. His advice for artists: don't try to be friends with people you don't like. Know that it's okay to chill and that you don't have to grind all the time. Also, don't stress the creative process and know your path. Influences like Cage the Elephant, Arcade Fire, MGMT, Death Grips, Yves Tumor, Binki, The Dare, Brakence, The Microphones, Chain Remover, and Dead Air. Enjoy the podcast episode.
Oh my, I'm in like a coding school thing right now.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm learning that. It's been pretty stressful though.
Really?
Yeah, well, it's coding, so it's,
Very, tedious.
It's like a not puzzle that sucks, but, it's been interesting. I'm just trying to get into like remote work to have like more time to make music, more time and like money to make music. I don't know. I'm working at Fido right now,
Oh, yeah?
washing dishes on the weekend.
Dude. The one that's, I guess there's only one Fido, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
The one and only.
The one and only. What is it like working there?
It's fine. I love the people I work with, so that's always a plus. Hating.
Actually, yeah.
Ooh, is it tipping?
I just don't want it to clip, whatever. Or
lower down.
Yeah, maybe a little bit lower.
For sure. Can I do that?
Yeah. That should be
Nice.
cool.
Okay. Yeah. No, I've hated coworkers in the past, and yeah, that's the main reason I've stayed there.
They're not too pretentious or anything.
Oh yeah, they are for sure. Love you guys. Yeah, no, it's a bunch of Belmont students, so you'll get your mix, but everyone's very sweet, and it's like I've never liked everyone I've worked with. That's my main thing. There's always someone that we have quarrels, but they've been going through some insane manager quitting. Like our general managers quit on the spot.
High turnover.
Yes, very much so. I'll probably be there for a sec though. Because washing dishes, I can just
yeah, you can chill back there.
It's perfect.
And you listen to music or audio.
Yeah, no, I'm blasting weird video essays and icebergs and shit. That's my main thing. Music got a little redundant. I kind of stopped, but I listened to a 3.5 hour long video about the Unabomber
Oh yeah,
and like the entire
Ted
thing.
Kaczynski.
Yeah, he I mean, like, obviously Ted Kaczynski sucks, but like it was. I don't know. I don't know why there was there's such positive talk about him.
Yeah, because he was trying to destroy like the infrastructure, so we wouldn't be like so used to the internet and like.
Yeah, he. I mean, like.
Same thing with the guy who did the bombing downtown Nashville.
Yeah,
he was on the same kind of headspace.
I almost forgot about
he
that.
Wasn't like his plan wasn't to hurt anyone, but to like destroy the build, like antenna basically. Or
no,
whatever.
Ted was going for kills. So there's like in his diary when he put that bomb in the plane the first time, he was like super pissed that it didn't like go.
He's really evil.
No, he was. I mean, like, he's a murderer, so he was a pretty violent dude. But like, I don't know, the like Uncle Ted shit is super weird. Like chronically online people are very like he had good intentions or whatever, but I'm not sure.
Yeah,
It was like he was using the anti-tech message to like validify something in himself and to also to throw off like detectives. He was like trying to pose it as a like organization.
Yeah.
I forget.
It's when he wrote the manifesto that screwed him though.
Yeah.
His brother's like, that's my brother's handwriting.
Imagine how pretentious you have to be for your like family member to be like, like this is definitely Ted.
Yeah, it's a wild story.
Yeah.
Have you ever read or studied Eric Rudolph?
No.
He was like a abortionist nail bomber back in the late 90s, early 2000s. And he was on the run for like several years, living on the Appalachian Trail, like living off the land.
Crazy.
Isn't that wild?
Makes you think.
Like they combed the woods like for miles and miles and couldn't find him. He was just really good at living off the land.
Very spry.
Yeah, it's just wild. But, dude, I can tell we can go into these realms pretty hardcorely, which is stuff I study too.
Yeah, I have a ton of dumb shit to to regurgitate.
Yeah, like I went through a 3-month study of 9/11. Just like studying the infrastructure of the buildings, studying planes, studying every angle of it, and then studying Pentagon, and then it's just fascinating.
For sure,
it's just like the JFK assassination.
Yeah, that turned into a conspiracy podcast.
Right, it's we'll get started here.
For sure.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Nashville Artist. I'm Jordan, and today Archie Summers is here. Thank you for coming over and doing this.
Of course.
Okay, cool. So you're from Franklin?
Yeah, Tennessee. Not a ton to say about it. It was very like a Hallmark movie kind of deal. It's me and a bunch of old people in like the historic district of Franklin. They were the good kind of old person though. You know what I feel like?
Awesome.
Yes, I feel like when people get like really old, they're either like fueled by love or hatred.
Right.
And I feel like in between that point, the rest of people like die. I don't know. I've been thinking about that recently. I've only had like really beautiful, like kind experiences, or like, God, that was a mean person.
Like they're kicking the soccer ball. Call the police.
Exactly. Yeah, they get. I don't know. And like, I feel like as you age, you can feel if you're gonna be the grouch or like a sweet old person.
Right.
I can't figure it out. I get pretty cranky.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I cranky in like a when it's cranky outside of a childish way, then it's like, oh shit, like this is creeping up on me for sure.
Oh yeah, fighting, like not trying to become cynical or
Oh my god, it's
pessimistic.
pretty hard nowadays. I don't know. I'm 22, so I've got ways to go, hopefully. But I don't know. I'm just getting like real, like 19-year-olds are annoying me, and it's like I was there pretty recently. You know, I'm getting very. I don't know if curmudgeon is the word, but
I mean, it's good that you're aware of it.
yeah, I guess so. But
If you weren't aware of it, maybe you would go further.
or I'll just embrace it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Live for evil.
He's the happy, sad dude. The happy, mad dude.
It's like a terrible superhero.
Right, right. So, do you have any siblings?
Yeah. I have two older sisters.
Oh.
One is 5 and one is 9 years older.
Nice.
So I was like a mistake for sure. But I'm the youngest of
Right.
3. So no, they're cool. The middle sister is a comedian.
Sick.
Which is cool.
That's cool.
Doing pretty well, Fiona Colley. And my oldest sister is getting her doctorate.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Doctorate in medicine or
English, I
Oh.
believe. I should like for sure. She got a master's in Spanish. She's fluent. I didn't get any of that, but yeah, she did that, and I believe she went to English, or it's something very specific. I'll check in on her, but yeah, no, she's like so much older than me that like seeing her is like a cousin almost, because she lives in Chattanooga. So it's interesting having. Do you have any older siblings?
Yeah, let's say I'm the youngest, and I was also surprised. And I have 2 older brothers.
Yeah.
And one of them lives in Chattanooga. One of them lives in California.
I think the middle one's moving to California. That's funny. Very. Yeah. No, they're cool. They're like the reason. They kind of molded me in a way. I never had like I feel like
you got mature pretty fast.
Yes, and they forced me to stop dressing in like neon gym shorts, and like I went from like Nike Elite sock kid to like dressing like them, so like young millennial indie in 2012 kind of thing. So I entered that as like, I guess I was 11, and I feel like I don't know where I would have gone. I feel like everyone has an emo phase, but I don't see the shift from like sport kid to emo. I don't know where. I'm worried it would have gone like prep, and I would have felt like really out of place.
Wearing the frat cleats.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like, I don't know what I'd do without them. But
right.
Yeah, so like a lot of that then influenced like my taste in music, and I remember the day like everything changed. Fiona took me to get new clothes because she said my clothes sucked. I was in the 5th grade though, like
how much control do you have over that?
We went to Old Navy, and like I got some jeans and like one of those, like it's like a hoodie, but it's very like thin material.
It's like a shirt hoodie kind of thing.
Yeah, no, but I tried that on. I'm like, I'm different. Like I'll never be the same. And we got in the car, and she started playing Breeze Blocks by Alt J. And then I got really into like that period of time. And then like MGMT and like the festival indie of that like time period. It was weird because it was when that was popular. I was just like not too young for it. I don't know. I was just super immersed in that, and then I got into like the Tumblr, like Arctic Monkeys, AM area, and then yeah, I don't know.
What were you into as a little kid?
I really wasn't that into music until I was 9 or 10.
What were you into?
I was into like random shit. Like I had a cup stacking phase.
Dude,
I
remember the cup stacking.
I wanted to be a world champion so bad, but I gave up, and I was super into basketball trick shots, like recording basketball trick shots. I think I still have videos on the internet, but God, what else? I was super into reading, but like only because it was a competition at my school, and I really wanted to like win. It was like a legacy thing. They didn't count it every year. They only counted it when you left elementary school. So it was like your career accolades. I placed third.
Wow, was it called AR?
Yes.
Accelerated reading?
Oh my God.
We had that too, yeah.
Yeah. God, I forgot I couldn't remember what it was called. But like, there were some genius kids in there. I placed third, but it was purely because I like really wanted it. Like, but the two people above me like doubled and then tripled my points kind of deal. So I could have gotten in there, but
what were you reading?
God, genuinely, I read every series of Unfortunate Events book.
Oh yeah.
I remember finishing like I think it was the 7th one in like a day because I was like behind on points. And when I was 10, I think, I found out how to get into any student's account. So I'd keep tabs on kids. It was just their last name and the year they were born. So like you could deduce it. So I was like hacking into kids' accounts to like see where I was like stacking up, and I knew where I stood and I knew where I'd finished, but I was trying to get over the last couple of hurdles.
Was it by volume or was it by like?
Basically, we'd read it, and then in order to like verify that you got it,
take the little test on the computer.
Yeah. So I don't even remember if I was like really reading it or I could just take the test well, but a lot of time was spent reading. And then I left elementary school and gave up on that. I just stopped reading completely, which is lame, but I replaced it with my weird video essays. That's what keeps me occupied. Can't read books washing dishes. You know what I mean?
It's got to be an audiobook or something. Maybe. Podcast.
Right. But no, that shit's like frying my brain though. Like it, especially podcasts of like dudes just talking to each other. I've like it fulfills the weird like social void kind of thing, and then I just find myself not wanting to like speak to anyone. So I already like third wheeled a conversation for 3 hours, but I don't know. I gotta stop doing that shit though. It's probably not like very healthy.
Damn, dude. It's funny you say dishwasher. I worked as a dishwasher for like 3 years at
Oh
a
yeah.
Mojo Burrito in Chattanooga.
Damn. Represent.
And I kept that place spotless.
Hell yeah. I don't. I like drop shit. I'm a terrible dishwasher.
Yeah, I was always about speed. Fucking fast.
I'm very slow. Like, my main issue is I'm scared of, like, dropping stuff. So I drop stuff kind of deal. But I keep the vibe good. And that's why I've cost that company so much money. It's
because of all the stuff you've broken?
Yeah, I break a lot of shit.
Is it all glass?
Yes.
I guess it is.
They love having only glass stuff. Like, bad ceramics. So, like, it will not bounce off the ground. There's no chance. It's gnarly.
Okay, so you said, like, when you were 9, you started getting into music?
Yeah, sorry. Total detail.
Oh, no worries. What kind of music were you into at 9, or, like, what?
Kate's the Elephant. That was, like, my favorite. And I, like, had a hyper fixation on American Boy by Kanye. And what's her name? Oh no. That was like her biggest song.
Oh yeah, American Boy.
Yeah, dude.
That's
banger. Pure banger. That kind of genuinely American Boy was like the start of it. And then my dad was like, he was like the divorced dad rock dude that they like got divorced and got a motorcycle kind of deal, grew out his hair.
Wow.
But so I was listening to like butt rock, Stained, who's Lips of an Angel, who made that? Some like bad music, and then like Rob Zombie. I knew every word of Dragula as a little kid. Yeah, and he like was in a biker gang. Interesting guy. Now he does shrooms in like East Tennessee.
Yeah.
He's cool. He looks like I look exactly like him, so it's very interesting. Cause I don't know if I plan on any biker gangs, but there are some in Nashville.
Mushrooms?
No, I did mushrooms once, and I was depressed for like months afterwards because do you do mushrooms?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. We did it with method where you put like lemon juice on it to make it like hit harder, and then
soak in lemon juice.
And I think it was like, I don't know the metrics of mushrooms, but it was a lot, and we all like drank it with the lemon. And it started working, and then my friends wanted to jam. And I'm not like a big instrumentalist, so I just thought that'd be super boring. So I was like, oh, I'll go in my room. And like that was like, God, it was basically like my room I used to be in at a place we now call Bug House. It was like it had the sterile like Walmart light, and it was bare. I never decorated it or any. It was just like a sad room to be in, and like I laid down the wall, like the ceiling kept expanding, and then like it got dark. I could see everything. Like I could see my entire like life path and trajectory in like insane detail, and it was like very tragic. So yeah, no, my brain hates me. That's what I learned. So yeah.
What was the trajectory like? You're gonna become a janitor or something?
No, I think it was like a drunk. That was like because this was like my sophomore year of college, So I was
Hard partying.
going pretty heavy with it, and then that made me lighten up for sure. I still get down, you
We
know.
all did, yeah.
But yeah, no, that was like my scared straight moment, I guess.
Dude, it's reality in your face.
It's crazy, and now like being out of school, that's just like the feeling. Kind of that's how I feel when I smoke weed now. It's like a
Out of, like, touch.
yeah, for sure. I just kind of like leave myself every time. I'm also like an insane lightweight, so it just kind of I get there usually for sure. But yeah, man.
So,
Back.
what was when you were 9 or whatever, listening to music? Is that when you got into like playing music?
Yeah, so it was Guitar Hero. And it was In My Place by Coldplay. I learned how to play that on hard, which was like the easiest hard song in that game, but my mom like forced me to go to lessons because she thought Guitar Hero was like lame. It's like a pose. I was being a poser straight up. And I learned it slowly but surely. I was never very good. I just kind of learned like chords and what I like to hear, and basically, ooh, my bad. We would do like guitar showcases, and I would not stop doing Casey Elephant covers. Like I did 6 in a row over like couple of years, and she was like, yo, you gotta do something else. So I quit. I was because I hadn't gotten it all out yet. There were more Kate songs to go.
Yeah, albums.
There's all bangers. I love them so much. Pre Matt Schultz. He got arrested
Recently?
pretty recently. I think he's like standing trial soon.
For what?
Like gun possession or something.
Interesting.
Yeah,
That came out of left field.
Right? There wasn't enough like buzz around it. I thought that would be news for sure. He's gonna get through that, but the picture of him getting arrested is the coolest. He looks so cool. It's so like you can tell he just got off like a crazy bender of like greased hair, like blouse, loose fitting tie. It was so hard. Matt Schultz goes hard. I love that dude. Anyways, but yeah, no, I quit guitar lessons when I was like 12, I think. And I'd never like written a song, and I just kind of I put the guitar away and started playing basketball. I was super into basketball. Did not grow very much, so I like at like 14, I started writing songs because my buddy Max, who I still live with, good friend of mine, but I was like shitting on a kid's song that he released on like SoundCloud that we knew, and he was sick of hearing me talk about it, so he's like, "You've never written anything. What are you talking about?" I'm like, "Songs are easy, dude." And then I wrote one that night when I got back to my house, and I just kept moving with it. And I wrote like 15 songs in like a week. They were terrible. They were definitely bad, but that became my like new hyperfixation, and that one never left, which is dope. But yeah, no, that's kind of how the ball got rolling. And Max and I started a band, and then we asked our friend Brenna to join, and we did that for a while. It was called Ill Spector. We have like an EP and an album, but that shit was like very formative. I don't know how like much farther with the writing process I would have gotten, because like they were like very supportive, but like Brenna and I were the like two singers, but she was way better than me. She probably still is, but like I was extremely jealous and like just like I was just pissed off because she was like super good from like the age of 14. Like the second I met her, she was like a pro. Her biggest song she wrote when she was like 13, kind of thing. I was like 2 million or something, which is crazy. But yeah, that's what I was up against. She's in Venus and the Flytraps. But yeah, so I that kind of made me really take it seriously and like try to get better. So yeah, no, those days were like very cool and like the scene was dope. Mad happy. That's when I was talking to you about like I really was kind of scared of Nashville kids. It was like that crowd, they were very like silent and um I don't know, probably judgmental. They just kind of freaked me out. I was just trying to like have fun. And they were like a lot older than me and like I don't know, I was just at like weird house parties with like 25-year-olds as like a 15-year-old just playing for like blacked out. It was so funny. That was a very like strange situation to be in as a little kid.
Yeah.
But no, I met Happy amidst that. I love Happy. Love you, Happy. And he was like one of the first like sweet dudes outside of like my hometown that I met. Everyone else was kind of strange. But yeah.
That was 15.
Yeah. Early exposure to like local scene stuff. And it like was bad. It was pretty bad at that point.
Really?
I probably just didn't know the right people.
Did you play at any venues or anything?
We were like repping like Kimbros in Franklin. There was a lot of house shows, like way too many house shows. We played the Bell Court.
Wow.
As like this like failed indie label startup that we were involved with for like one single. It was like this. I think his name's Andy, but he was this like very, I don't know, like very like, where are the words? He was a character, I'd say. Nothing negative. He was just like very didn't seem real kind of thing. Like every time you met him, it was like, what is this dude on? It was like a strange like Matt, like the old man from Rick and Morty, kind of like mad scientist dude, but it was a total flop. Unfortunately, we were pretty hyped on it, but yeah, no, we were like,
what was
16?
the band called? What was the band called?
Ill Spector.
Oh, yeah,
and we signed momentarily, and we like totally blew off Descendant Records, who was like Colony House's label, because we were like, yeah, we had no concept of what a label meant and the different sizes of labels, so like blew off a really big opportunity for Andy, and it was called Crane City Records.
Oh.
But yeah, no, we kind of got tricked. Not tricked, we were just like extremely naive. And our parents knew nothing about it either. Weird story. But
wow.
Yeah, that was like how it all like came to be, and then we graduated and all went our separate ways, but like Brandon went to Belmont, Max went to MTSU, I went to Lipscomb for a semester. That was a mistake. It's weird being like, I'm pretty normal, and I was like it was like reverse not fitting in kind of thing. like everyone that I was in school with was like homeschooled. There was like a crazy high, it was like 60 something percent were of my freshman class were homeschooled, and kids were just letting loose like they've never had. It was like a Christian summer camp
Oh
kind
yeah.
of thing. It was a nightmare. I think that's where I started getting a little grouchy. um and then we all kind of wound up transferring back to Belmont, and Brenna and I um, graduated. But yeah, so we all live together now. So it all kind of like went
You
full
and
circle.
Brenna and
Max
oh wow.
and Sassy, who's also in Venus and the Flytraps. But yeah, we're all still in each other's lives, and we're
That's
doing
cool.
our respective things.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Seems like you all complement each other, like with your music, their music.
definitely. It's a cool like
Creative house.
right. It's like I don't think scenes are. I mean, scenes exist, but I'm just in like a friend group of my like lifelong friends, and it's we're all doing it, man. Like, God, no, it's very sweet.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
It's good to have that support structure,
definitely.
especially at home.
Oh, for sure. It's like really easy to feel lost and kind of like unsure.
Yeah. So, why would you say you're drawn to music and art?
Definitely for attention. So starting out, I was like extremely attention hungry. Um, and I don't know, I saw like famous people. Like I remember going to the Justin Bieber and Never Say Never movie with my mom, and I was like, I need to be him. Like that's so sick. And after that, I like the idea of being famous was like king. I wasn't thinking about the mode of it. I was just like super infatuated with that. That's gone down for sure. I don't know, those people like make it through stuff like that. But yeah, no, it's strictly for attention, and then I like started to really enjoy music, and that kind of started to eclipse it. Um, and yeah, no, I'm kind of now at a point where I just enjoy making shit that I like, and that's really the only I prefer if it did well, and like I'll do whatever to like give myself a good chance, but I don't know. I think when people get like lost in making popular music, the music suffers tremendously, and like I don't know, like it's hard to have like disingenuous music do well nowadays. It feels like I don't know, like shitty pop music is not died; it's still around, but people aren't like getting launched from um trying to like sell out super hard, but I don't know. I just make whatever's in the noggin.
You still want to be Justin Bieber?
We'll see. We'll see. Um.
What you're saying, like him having gone through it at a young age? Yeah,
Oh yeah. No.
I would have. Yeah,
No. I
no
would have.
childhood.
I would have died for real. But yeah. No. Not that. But I'm open to whatever. But it's like I don't know. Being driven by shit like that is that's where you get like really nutty about it, and it I don't know starts backstabbing people and like doing crazy shit to like climb ladders, and I don't know, all that is like kind of weird to me.
Yeah, and then once you're at the top, staying at the top,
Yeah, it sucks.
Once
It's
you
just
get
like
there, you're like, you don't want to lose it.
I don't know, just like it, and the music will suffer, and it's just like what's the point then? I don't know.
That's true.
Very
Fulfilling
deep.
yourself and having fun.
Yeah, I just want to have fun with it, and that's kind of like as far as I'm willing to like project onto it, kind of thing.
Yeah. Do you, so of all time, who are your favorite artists?
I want to say Arcade Fire. Pre everything now. The album sucked. Like Reflector back only hit, like they were murdering it.
Yeah.
I mean, listening back now, I was like, this is pretty pretentious stuff, but bangers. And bangers will prevail. But yeah, no, that was like my favorite band, and I gravely over listen to them. I love finding an artist and then ruining the music for me. I did that with Brakence this past year.
Brakence?
Yeah, he's like it's like glitch pop, I guess. It's a very interesting like brand of pop music.
It's like
but
Bonnie Vera mixed with Avex Twin.
that sounds so fun. I know, but like,
Animal Collective? No.
dude, it's like it's really like kind of boisterous. Like if I heard the lyrics on something else, I'd turn it off. Like it's very like talking your shit, but with like the most beautiful like his world building with his production. Like he's produces his own stuff and unbelievable singer. But I don't know, he's a strange dude, but he like locked himself away and just like
Wait, who is this?
break-ins.
Break-ins. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to explain. I'd recommend it. It's very unique, and I like have been trying to like big inspiration. I think conceptually, because he made like a full body of work, and every song is like in this like painting. I like that's how it
He's
feels.
very conceptual.
Extremely, and like it all feels in the realm that he was going for.
That's cool.
Which is like kind of shifted. Like I was very singles oriented, and then I kind of let go of the idea of like conceptual work because I just like enjoy good songs, and for a long time I was just listening to like individual songs that I like, but that kind of like pulled me back into it. And like but yeah, no, I mainly stay in like what I'm listening to right now kind of thing. I don't know if I can listen to like one artist for a super long time, but like Yves Tumor, big, wouldn't say inspiration, I just love their music. And like binki.
Binky.
Yes. He's very cool. New York guy. Love the Dare. Another New Yorker.
The Dare?
Yeah. The Dare is very, it's like, it's like club, it's LCD sound system, but like on Molly kind of thing. It's fun. It's a really good time. Very abrasive. Like I had listened to it so much that I like showed my girlfriend and she was like, "What the fuck is this?" Like turn it off. And I forgot that like people have reactions like that to music. Who else? Jane Remover.
What is it?
Jane Remover. They're I don't know where they're from, but they release like a grunge kind of glitchy grunge album, and they're in this like collective, or it's like a label but like management group called Dead Air and like Quanic. Um, I'm pretty sure that's, or Quiniac. I can't remember. They all make they're like a Deftones kind of. I don't know. But it feels very modern, which is cool. And like whenever I hear people that remind me of like that period of time, it's very like they're trying to sound like it's 1999 kind of deal, but it's cool seeing. It feels like an actual like next generation of this style, which is super cool to hear. It feels like everything's been done, but when you find stuff that you're like, oh shit, it's that's the main. That's why I keep it moving, man.
Right. Okay, cool. So those are like some of your all-time favorite artists.
Yeah, last three were more like current, but Forever Will Love MGMT.
Cage the Elephant.
Yeah, definitely Cage. Who else? The microphones.
The microphones.
I have a microphones tattoo.
Right. Word.
Yeah. Very fun.
An elephant.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I got it when I was like 19. I don't know if I regret it yet. I'm trying to go back on tattoos a little bit, but
go back on them? Like you don't want them, or like?
And not that I don't want them. I just don't see myself getting more, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I only have 3, and I feel like I kind of want to be either like all in or all out. That's where I'm at. Like I like all the tattoos that I have, but I don't know. We'll see where it goes.
That's cool.
The lasers are getting better, so I could get them zapped off, but I don't know if that's the route.
Who knows? So, how do you have like routines? How do you develop your artistry, your artistic skills?
Extremely casual. I like my output is pretty consistent, and like I really haven't had like any prolonged like writer's block since I was like 14, but I think it's because I prefer to like approach it as like I'm living my life and I am not worried about that, and then I'll like pop in to my room and do something that like reflects whatever I've been experiencing or thinking about. But I just consume like mass amounts of like random info, and I don't know if that like really reflects itself, but I kind of don't like live in the present, which is like fun for me because I like to operate there, and it makes like writing music easier because I can like start something and then that becomes my like puzzle or like my crossword kind of thing, and I'll think about it all the time. And like I've had to start medication because like being unable to like be present is like super affected like work or school, something like that. So I'm on like a sort of ADD medication, but I don't know.
Are you too stuck in the future or the past?
I don't think either. I don't know. It's like a separate like dialogue, I guess. I don't know. That sounds. Yeah, I don't. I'm just kind of like I'm in the present, but like it's a separate thing.
I got you.
I don't know. I think that's just thinking. But yeah, no, I'm just. Yeah, that's like what's fun for me, and I just kind of like the songs are like fun games, and that's kind of where I keep it, and it has not failed me yet. And I just like don't. I don't put too much pressure on it, because that's when like you start thinking too much about it, and then the music will suffer. You know, there was a period of time where I was really stressed out about like my outlook, or like topping the last song I wrote or something like that, and I just kind of like let that shit go, and it came right back to me. I also got on like a big like Rick Rubin interview kick. He's got a lot of good ideas. Strange dude, but he was like, it was the "you're always an artist." It's like a monk always being a monk. Like, you're living as a monk. You're not not a monk because you're not like praying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
His book Creative Act is really good. Rick Rubin's.
I think I've consumed enough of his like media press run interviews to like know a lot about that book, but I've not read it. I probably should though.
It was pretty good. I have it. It's like, feel like I get what he's trying to do, because he like puts very few words on pages sometimes, and you're like, God, why are you wasting all this? And I'm like, you're trying to fill the book out, make it think so much thicker.
Come on, dude.
But by the time I got to the middle of it, there were some things that he said that I thought were pretty good.
He's got good nuggets. He's also like probably one of the most like removed people in music, kind of thing. Which is like,
In his own orbit.
yeah, gotten him far, but also like I don't know if he like super gets how lucky he is.
Really?
I don't know. I'm not like talking shit on Rick Rubin, but like his trajectory and like how he got to where he is like magical. Like starting Def Jam in your dorm room. Like, I don't know. And then just like, but a lot of it was like because of his philosophy and just like following his path, which I think is cool. But it's yeah, all of his stuff is interesting. It's just like not all going to be like applicable.
Yeah.
Obviously, right? But I don't know. That stuff, like Benny Blanco, for some reason, his interviews were very like helpful, because he's also like casually one of the like biggest producers ever, and like he won't work with people unless they're like friends. So like if someone wants to work with them, it's like we're gonna hang out like 5 times. We're not touching the studio, kind of deal. But like he's very cool, and that kind of process has been like very helpful to me. I don't know. It's like not being lazy about it. Like obviously sit down and like try to make something every day kind of thing, but like forcing the issue with like songs is kind of a waste.
Kind of knowing when to like walk away and come back.
Exactly. It's almost immediate too. Like if I'm like fiddling on the guitar trying to come up with something, I'll just put it down and like walk away, because I need it to be seamless, or I'm really not gonna do it.
Really spontaneous. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if that's like...
That's actually really good, like only doing it right when you feel it, and then like putting it down and going away.
Yeah, and then coming back and like, getting analytical.
Yeah.
That's like how I've always done it, but yeah, I had to stop doing like co-writes and stuff, because I don't know. That feels like setting up a day to make a song is kind of like a weird thing to me.
Oh yeah, having parameters like that.
Yeah, some good stuff has come from like co-writes I've done, but I don't know. It's become very like insular for me. Like it's my like thing I'm stewing over, but Yeah, no, that's like all the fun for me.
Awesome.
Oh,
So how did Overpass come about?
oh shit. That was like a really stressful time. I don't know if any of that comes out in it, but I was just like very frustrated with like where I was at, and like relationship stuff, and just kind of um feeling defeated, I guess, and like a lot of the negativity from that um branches out, and like feelings of insecurity, and um just being scared about like the future and like what's to come. But everything is healed since then, and um those songs are, I don't super like listening to them anymore because like it's kind of upsetting. It was like some of the first times I've really written personally about things. So it just feels kind of weird
Like
listening.
revisit it?
Yeah. And especially from when I was like, I don't know. I'm in a very like happy relationship now, but like then it was like bad. Like I thought this was like it kind of thing. Like with long term relationships, it's like, oh shit, if this ends, like what do I have kind of thing. So there was like a lot of weird desperation, and it's kind of whack stuff on that. But yeah, no, I'm feeling a lot better. Like I'm writing dope stuff. I'm working on an EP right now that I'm excited about, and it'll be like a lot more conceptual. And I don't know. I feel like I'm getting the next like step kind of deal.
Nice. What you said that was like when you wrote really personally. What are some other kind of like subject matters that you would write about, like different perspectives or
Mm. Um, I love writing in like loose dialogue kind of thing, like you're talking to somebody. Um, Most of my songs are just like essentially me talking to myself, I guess. Yelling at the wall kind of thing. But I don't know. Whenever I write a song, I don't go into it with like any kind of I'm this is the kind of thing I'm gonna write. I just kinda like fuck around with chords, and then when I find the chords I'll like do a melody that I like, and then kind of build the structure based on the melody, and then that's when like the gibberish words come out, and then I have a line that I'm like, oh, that's what that means, and then I can start like zoning in on it.
wow.
Yeah.
Really cool.
It's fun. That's like what's so fun about it. And then when I'm writing, I can like feel the like atmosphere of the song kind of thing, and it all kind of like locks in, and you know where it's going kind of deal. Um, but I'm like I write all my songs on a top hat resonator. Um, it's like it's super. I've not taken good care of it, and it's for like sliding. Um, and I don't use it that way. It just sounds bad. So I've kind of like broken it down to like very, and all the my songs are very simple chords. Partially because I'm not a great guitarist, but I also just like want to keep it as simple as possible so I can like fill in the rest of it like in my head, and then I'll bring it to a producer, and then we'll just kind of fill it out and like see what we can do with it, which is like the collaboration of production is like definitely my favorite thing about music. Me and Joseph get at it. But
That's awesome.
yeah, no, that's the most fun I can like live performance is cool, I enjoy it, but like being in there is like
Making it cold.
Exactly, to making the magic happen. But yeah.
Awesome. So you talked a little bit about this earlier, but what would you say inspires your creativity?
I think most recently, I'd say most recently I've been kind of like unpacking like my childhood and my like upbringing, because I started to realize like I had a lot of like unresolved like anger about, like, I was raised in the church and like did not go super well. My like the church I was brought up in and the school in the church that I like was forced to go to, there's a lot of like controversy surrounding it. I don't want to go into that because it's like pretty dark stuff. But if you look up Grace Christian Academy, Grant Solomon, it's pretty intense. But like a lot of the shit I've been writing recently is kind of centered around like, I don't know, like religious trauma and like trying to come to, I don't know, not come to terms really, just kind of like voicing anger, I guess. But in my Ethel Cain era for sure. But yeah, no, it's like I'm writing the darkest stuff I've ever made, which has been like very cathartic.
Yeah.
But I'm getting it out.
Integrating your shadow.
For sure. There it is. I'm very Edgar Allan Poe right now. For sure. Yeah, no, that's kind of where I've been, and like, because growing up and I was like, oh, I have nothing to write about. Like I'm too young, like I've never had these experiences. So I just was making shit up forever. Like everything, literally until Overpass, that 3-pack, I've just been making it up, which is fun in its own kind of thing. But I don't know, it like obviously means more whenever it's something like personal to you. But I'll probably go back to making shit up pretty soon.
Yeah.
But I'm on a tear right now. But yeah, no, it's been really interesting to like, and cool to learn that like my life hasn't been boring, kind of thing.
Yeah.
That you can like go back and
Grateful for the bad times.
right. Because I'm pretty sure I just like brush it. Like I never really like addressed anything, and just kind of like, no dirt off my shoulders and kept moving. But like, there's definitely dirt on the shoulders. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's been cool though. I feel like I'm entering the, I don't know, like next stage or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Sure.
conceptual work is hard though. It's just been really difficult. But I don't know.
Nice. So, what would you say are your strengths and weaknesses as an artist?
Definitely playing guitar. I played guitar live twice. I also just don't like it. I like moving around and like not having to worry about the multitasking of that. Um, Definitely instrumentation. I don't have any like major like visual inspiration kind of thing. I've been fortunate enough to be friends with like very creative, talented people. Like Chase Hall has done like my last 4 covers. And I've gotten better with it recently, but yeah, I really only felt driven in creating the music. And then I'd find like outlet that to be like, do whatever you want, just like listen, have fun with it. So it's like really cool to see what my friends come up with, but if I didn't have them, I don't know what these covers would be looking like. But strength, I don't know. I'm super real. No, I don't know. I feel like my melodies are cool. That's like what I pride myself on. I'm starting to feel better about the lyrics. And like the production is like big area of pride. I don't do any of that though. So Joseph Kuhn um gets that done for me. And previously Noah Knuckles, very talented producer. Um but yeah, no, I feel like we touch areas that like isn't super prevalent here. And just try to like kind of push it and see what weird shit we can do. But
Yeah,
I don't know.
cool, dude. So, how would you best describe the type of artist you are?
Hmm. Um I I think I'm pretty abrasive. Um and I don't know. I think it's a sound that like can be off-putting at first. It's like I wouldn't say an acquired taste. I just think it's like you like it or you don't. Um yeah, divisive. I I don't know. I try to make every song memorable. That's kind of I don't I've never really tried to make not filler but like more low key stuff, which I've been trying to like get into because you can only make like fast, loud songs for so long. Been trying that, but yeah, no, it's in your face and identifiable that it's me, which I like about it.
Cool. So, you've lived in Nashville for like, other than Franklin, for like 4 years, 5 years.
Yeah, like 4 years now.
So what did you end up studying at Belmont?
I graduated with a degree in music business,
Okay.
which was like, I wouldn't say a mistake. Like, a degree is cool, but it made me realize that, like, I do not want to work in the music industry. But business, it's like base a business degree.
Right.
So, I don't know.
So like, but you've decided to stay here. What like has kept you here?
I think the like music that's coming out of like this area has been very encouraging, and I haven't really seen a like scene of people that um have consistently put out such great music. I'm super critical of stuff, and it's like all great shit. Like Hannah Eid, um, Molly Velasquez, um, Venus and the Flytraps for sure. Um, Nickname Joe's gotta represent. Um, and then like a lot of my buddies that have not released anything, and it has yet to see that there's about to be like some crazy shit. You know Henry J. Starr?
Yeah, or I know of him.
Yeah, his album is like unbelievable. You gotta be on the lookout for that. He's so good. Yeah. No, it's cool. I just feel like very lucky to
Yeah,
like be around it. I don't know.
yeah, there's a lot of really I've seen Hannah Eid.
She's great.
Great music. That was really, really good. Yeah, we have a lot of really good artists who have released this year or
Definitely.
seem to be taking the trajectory.
Yeah.
Which is exciting to see is like we're all teammates here. Like, yeah, you're doing it, we can all do it.
Yeah, for sure. And that's like what I feel so good about with everybody. I'm just like I'm pumped for the future. I'm definitely open to like moving. I've been interested in like Asheville, or like Austin, Texas, like Colorado or something. I don't know. But for now I feel good where I am.
Yeah. What would you say is something you've learned living here?
It's okay to chill. Like people, I don't know. I feel like especially people my age feel like such a um terror in stopping the like calm down kind of thing. Everyone's, I don't know. They're like being chased by the idea of failure or whatever. But I don't. Growing up here is just kind of felt like you can like be in control of your like path, but you don't have to freak the fuck out about it. And like, now, I don't know. It's also made me like get super overwhelmed by big cities. Like Los Angeles, I felt like I was drowning. Even New York, like a bunch of my friends love New York. I don't know. And just like any major like metropolitan area,
Yeah, I mean those cities really swallow you.
I can't do it. Which I don't know if I'll need to do that with like the way music is consumed. Now I don't know if I need to go anywhere. But yeah, that's like the main thing. It's okay to chill.
It's good, yeah.
Just like not being lazy. I don't know. And it's like hard to be lazy. I feel like if you're like passionate about something, you'll do it. Yeah. You know what I mean? You don't have to freak yourself out about doing it.
It's always knocking, or it's always
or something you're interested in doing. You know, and like if you're not, then quit. You know, that's how I view most things.
Don't put yourself like this has to happen. I have to. Yeah.
No, just like stress on any creative endeavor is a bad thing. I don't know, in my opinion. And then after that, like promoting yourself or like getting shows lined up, stuff like that is definitely like a nose to the grindstone thing for whatever you're trying to like accomplish or whatever.
Putting yourself out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, you don't have to do that, but just good shit will prevail. Like at the end of the day, there's people looking.
Yeah.
You know.
Who will notice? Like what they say, those that care will, and those that don't care won't matter.
Exactly. I just found out The Dark got posted on like this really big like music YouTube account to an anime edit. I think I'm not sure if it's a Japanese account or not.
Did you say
The Dark?
The Dark.
Mice off Overpass.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And like super random. Like I had no idea that happened like a month ago. It was like 9,000 views, which is cool. But just like shit, like people will. Someone was just on Spotify and like stumbled across it. It was like, oh, dope. Like let's make a lyric video or something.
That's wild.
I think it's cool.
Yeah,
I think
it's really cool.
Makes me feel better. Like there's some stuff you gotta do to not be throwing shit into the void, but like once you kind of get it off the ground a little bit, like, it's cool how it works.
Yeah. At first, it takes a while to get even noticed.
For
and
sure.
You start to slowly build the momentum.
Yeah. And like random people being kind to you on the internet. I don't know. It's sweet.
It's awesome.
And I like that. Like I'm not like there needs to be like a million of you. I'm just like I appreciate kind words and like
Definitely
people who see what I see.
It goes a long way. Just
Yeah. You're going ham on that notebook. That's crazy.
Yeah, this is how I, keep it organized.
That's fire.
Or else I can go off and we'll talk on some random shit.
Yeah, I've been doing that.
Which I love, but I like to
for
keep
sure.
it cohesive, I guess.
That's sick.
So, what is some advice you'd give to someone who's going to move here and do art?
Just don't be weird. Like, I mean, be who you are, but like, it's like crushing to see people move here and like try super hard to like get assimilated and try to become friends with a bunch of people with like a weird motive of like I gotta get in this kind of thing, and then seeing that like super like fall flat on its face, and then you like move to the city with like a pretty small music thing going on in it. Like I don't know, just like be kind to people without any motive behind it. And like if you don't like someone, don't be friends with them, kind of thing. I see a lot of people that are like buddy buddy, but it's just because like someone's doing well in music, and that shit is so weird. I don't know. And you don't even need to coattail ride anymore. Like that, it's so odd to me. You can really do your own thing. Like you don't need to play an association game, kind of thing. Just like do your thing and like be genuinely nice to people and don't be disingenuously nice to people.
Yeah.
If you don't like someone, it's cool. Like you're an adult. And even if you're not, that's fine. You know, you don't have to like be friends with everyone.
Yeah, dude. I feel like this town is a little bit more open with emotions in that way. Whereas where I like grew up, I feel like some people were like nice to you, but they don't really mean it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
yeah. There's like less of that now, but it's I mean like my world has gotten like way smaller on purpose, and it's like the happiest I've been. Like when you stop feeling like, oh, I have to go to this like gathering of people I like don't like that much because they do music. I don't know. It's like going to like a fucking corporate mixer or something. It's weird, and like you know you shouldn't be there. It's odd.
Yeah, that is a good point. You don't have to be friends with people you don't like.
Yeah,
It's so simple.
People love doing that.
Yeah,
too. It makes their lives worse because
yeah.
they're like wasting their time. I don't know. Go make a song. Like you don't have to do all of this. I think people will respect you if you do cool stuff.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Of just like do your thing. Don't worry about trying to be friends with someone who doesn't gel with you or whatever.
Yeah,
like it's a failed use of your time.
Yeah, and you can be friendly. I don't know. That's like bottom line. Just do what you like. Be around who you want to be around with. Don't concern yourself with association.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, so like reflecting back when you first started as an artist, what is one of the biggest challenges you've had to overcome, and how did you get through it?
Basically, I would say, just fear of failure and like having to overcome the idea of if you have a self-belief, then that's all that matters, and you can't dictate what's going to happen. You have no idea. It doesn't matter. It just like next step. I see myself, I've seen myself and other people like be afraid to keep moving because like a song didn't do well, or you played a release show and people didn't show up or something. But there has to be like, just when your core self-belief is shaken, that's like the scariest shit in the world, because like at the end of the day, your friends can tell you you're awesome, your family can tell you you're awesome, but you have to like believe it, or it's like not gonna happen.
Yeah, no one can believe it for you and
Yeah.
change your life.
Like, I don't know, like even like Elliott Smith, that dude knew he had bangers. Like, he knew he had it, even if he was like very meek and like shy, you know. He wasn't afraid to put out music, you know, and he's like very like a mouse, you know.
Yeah, good point.
And you have to like be bold to believe in yourself, kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool. So, what would you say is one of the biggest, or like your biggest personal growth from last year to this year?
I think honestly getting like less eclectic and like what I was like gaining more focus in the process of making the music, and like being able to be more pointed. In songs in the past, I've like thrown away a second verse and just kind of like it was like word salad, of just words I thought sounded cool, and now I can like fully focus in um, on a song and like see it through and like make a full thought, which has been like really cool and something I've been trying to do for a long time. But yeah, that's like the main thing I've been excited on, and not overcomplicating songs, because I like on the writing with the when I write the music, it's like very simple, so I feel like I have to overcompensate on like choruses and stuff, and that resulted in a lot of shit that I can't really sing very well live. Like, it's all like cut up. Like Sunburned Satellite is almost impossible to sing. Like, and I don't know why I did. I just kind of felt like I had to make the singing memorable. And now I can kind of take a back seat and make a song that isn't like overwhelming to listen to, which is big win for me. I feel like I finally cracked the code, because I don't know, and most of the shit I was listening to back then was like loud and fast exclusively, and anything else was boring. I think going on medication for my attention disorder like really helped that process.
What music like that was loud and fast were you listening to?
I was super into like hyper pop when that was really coming up, like 100 gex, um, Food House. Just Food House is like kind of ravey. Machine Girl. I still listen to Machine Girl. I love Machine Girl. Death Grips. I forgot to mention Death Grips. That was like something. That's a band I've listened to since I was like a little kid. I watched I think it's the Guillotine video, and like it scared me. Like I was that young. I like got freaked out and thought it was like an illegal video. Just shit like that. It was like very in your face and
Yeah.
like never a dull moment kind of thing. You kind of need those. You need the dynamics of is what I've
Yeah.
realized with my stuff. But
Different emotions.
yeah, it's maturing. That's like the main thing that I take away from it.
Maturing, yeah. So how can people support you as an artist?
Yeah. Follow me on IG. It's at Archibald Summers. You can listen to my music on whatever you listen to music on. Um, yeah, I mean that's about it. That's kind of like what I maneuver on.
You don't have like a Patreon page or anything like that, or
Not yet. That'd be kind of fun.
just
Do you have a Patreon?
no? I should.
I want that shit sounds really interesting. I don't think I have enough people that would pay for that. I don't know if people are that interested.
Who
But
knows?
who knows, guys? If I do get a Patreon, it'll probably be Archibald Summers as well. But yeah,
Something
that's
to look
me.
forward to.
For sure.
Okay, so how do you like to consume media? Do you have favorite YouTube videos?
Ooh. I was super into iceberg content. Have you seen that?
I think so. I see the iceberg one for 9/11.
Yeah. So shit like that. I watched a 9-hour video over the course of like a couple of weeks, but there's an iceberg video of like unexplained and unsolvable mysteries, like all of them. Um, and like I did one for enigmatic people, um, just like strange documented people across history. It's all total. It's not garbage, but it's like you could have like I could have like learned a language or something, but I can't stop the iceberg videos. Wendigoon he makes some really like cool and masterfully done videos about like dark stuff. I consume a lot of like I used to be super into true crime stuff,
Oh yeah.
but I don't know. It's not it kind of brings you down because it's all just like super tragic shit and I don't know. I was getting very paranoid about because you just hear the worst scenario for everything and I don't know. So I'm more into like spooky supernatural, which is fun. Got too into the conspiracy things.
Oh yeah.
I was like, okay, we gotta
It'll never end.
step off those brakes, or hit the whatever, step off the gas. Got how cars work.
Right. It's fun to read into or look at and stuff, but then it's like
That's terrifying. And then you start like getting a little too distrustful.
And the door.
Right. But yeah. That's primarily it though. I've been getting into podcasts, but probably gonna stop those as well. I don't know. There's too much people talking kind of thing I need, like probably I don't know, maybe audiobooks might be the next frontier.
Yeah.
I would feel more dignified, I think, other than like 5-hour long American government conspiracy video.
Oh yeah.
Probably like better myself or something. But yeah.
Cool. Do you is there anything you would like to add that I might not have asked you about?
No. I think we've definitely covered the bases, I feel like.
Okay, great. Here's the last question for you. What is something absurd you'll ever do?
Something absurd that I'll ever do.
That you love or do.
Love or do. Oh my okay. Gotta be careful. Oh my god. Sorry, I'm trying to comb through it. There's not even that much. I keep driving around and like Zillowing random people's houses. I like couldn't stop doing it. It feels like kind of invasive. I don't know, just like looking at people's houses for a little too long. Um, that's not like absurd. It's just like kind of weird.
Just like, I wonder how much that house is. And
then I like try to like guess what they do. I don't know.
that's interesting.
Yeah, I just stopped doing that shit. But it was yeah, it was like kind of odd. But yeah, I think that's
pretty cool though. I mean,
thanks.
all right, dude. Well, yeah, thank you for coming over and doing this.
For sure, it's been a good time, dude.
Well,